Welcome to another episode of Conspiracy Side Times. I just made that one up.
Wait, was it in a corner?
Conspiracy Corner. Conspiracy Corner. I don't know if we could coin it yet because I didn't even do a Google search if it's copyrighted or not. But I'm gonna call this shit that.
Conspiracy. Is it a corner or is it a?
Is it a curve?
And if we
Conspiracy flat.
and if we can't use it, then Joe's lips will move, but different words will come out later.
Yeah.
It'll be like conspiracy.
Conspiracy circle.
Conspiracy fun time.
Today we want to talk about the simulation theory, or if we're living in what is it?
The Matrix. Are we in the Matrix?
Simulation, right? It's like a big. Everything's a big computer, right? Like that's the idea. Is it like?
Is it called the simulation?
It's called holographic projection theory or simulation theory.
They're both one and the same.
So what is it? So are we supposed to be holograms? Is that what it is?
Yeah, fuck it. Everything's a hologram around you.
But we have touch. We can touch holograms as well.
No, that's just your brain interpreting something as being a touch. Like your brain is like sending us.
Yeah, you're thinking Tupac at Coachella.
Yeah.
This is advanced technology, man.
Gotcha.
That's
Too
holograms
advanced.
that built the hologram.
Oh.
So like legit, like the Matrix.
I mean, honestly, depending on how you just think about life, I guess we could say that.
So
if we're all God's creations, and you know.
atoms are the thing that makes the hologram, and we are the hologram, and the physical
Why
realm is the
not?
hologram.
Why not?
I guess. I mean, yeah. But that's the thing. Like, what? So if it is true, if we are all holograms, like, what's the? By knowing that, what's the ultimate goal of that? Just
I don't know, hologram.
To break out of it.
Yeah, break out of it, find freedom.
Follow the money, Steve.
Yeah, follow money.
An energy source for aliens.
I heard something. So the universe is a massive data collecting computer of the human experience, or just the life's experience, right? So we're all hardwired to the main source.
Okay.
The base reality.
Right, and then so
Come on, Joe.
I don't know the name of these things. I forgot. But the universe is basically experiencing simultaneously action and reaction through all of our life experiences, and it's all going up. And there's different calculations and random like variables of like what this person would do in this situation or whatever. And it's just these life experiences of like how they would deal with the problem or whatever, and how the journey goes is like uploaded into like
A big computer.
exactly.
If I was designing a video game, right? Antoine knows some of about this. There are certain limits that I have within the programming, right?
Right.
Like only based on what the technology is capable of, right? So if I'm programming a Sega Genesis game, there's way more limitations than like a current game,
Okay.
right? So in our universe, there are laws, right? The laws of physics, all that
Gravity,
stuff.
all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the same idea, right? Where,
Oh, I see.
Where you
Yeah.
could, and even if you wanted to move
Oh, that's our programming limits is like gravity and shit
Yeah.
like
or
that.
even the speed of light, right? Where it's like they say that you could move up to the speed of light, but then everything would slow down to prevent you from breaking the speed of light.
That's why when you do DMT, you get to break out of those limits, and you get to be like, oh shit, we're in different dimensions, and there's all this stuff, and then you have to come back to this.
By the way, take a DMT hit right now. Thank
Right
you.
now.
And then they say that the human consciousness or the awareness is what creates the environment around them too. So they did this experiment with, was it protons, neutrons?
Subatomic particles.
Subatomic particles.
And then they shot this motherfucker into a wall, right? And when someone was observing it, it was going through a straight line. But I think when no one was observing it and they were just shooting it like randomly, it would go like at random.
It would disappear.
Right, it would disappear. Yeah.
So how did they know that it was going in random directions?
No, they were just fucking letting that shit shoot, and no one was there.
Yeah.
But as soon as
They turned around.
Oh.
but as soon as a human was
I'm saying. Like
In the experiment, they turned around.
you just like got your eye on
like
it?
this, ha, bitch.
And they use one of those little grabber claw things.
to press the button?
It's like in Mario where like
boo.
the ghost come in, and when he's not looking, and then he looks, and then the ghost stop, right? But like they were able to observe from the video game perspective
By the way,
that there were
I've
ghosts
said this
moving.
before. In video games, your character is rendering things in front of you.
Right, that's true.
Everything behind you is breaking back down.
Yeah, like you play GTA, like you'll have a car like you see just pop in or something like what? Oh, I broke the reality. You know what I mean?
Whereas in a rendered online world, they're constantly
It's constant.
it's constantly there, but there are limitations to that as well. Like when it comes to populating those worlds, if you go into like any MMO,
Yeah.
they're fucking barren as hell, except for like main places, right? And that's how our fucking world is too. Go drive.
A lot of empty spaces.
Dude, go drive from fucking Miami to fucking Portland. Like, it's a lot.
Just go through Texas.
Bullshit.
Just go through Texas.
Exactly.
A lot of nothing.
Right. A lot of nothing.
Wait, so who is the programmer on the other side? Like, is that supposed to be like God?
God.
Is that what it is?
Essentially, yeah, or our
How
creators.
circular this is. Science is just meeting religion again.
It could also be us, but not in a human form. Like this is like a game that we decided to jump into, right? Like have a human experience, but like after we die, like our bodies die, but then the soul, like it's like you go back to where.
So do you think someone is like actively controlling us right now, or do you think that we are all like our own little brains and computers within this larger computer thing that are all experiencing our lives kind of individual
Like The
level?
Sims.
Yeah.
We're all experiencing it, but do you think anyone's like actively controlling it, or they're just watching and just being like, oh, that's weird?
No, I think we're controlling it, but like not knowing that we're controlling it.
Oh, dude, okay,
You're
so
in a dream when you have like lucid
Yeah.
dreams and you're like, oh, I'm here. I can fly.
the whole freaking time, all I could think about was this one anime that's actually going on right now.
Sword Art Online?
Yeah, Sword Art Online, Alicization.
I'm so bored already. I'm bored.
No, but like legit.
Help me, I'm bored.
Well, like, what we're talking about is that these group of humans, they created this world, like this digital world, and basically when you're in that world, it feels real. It feels
Yeah.
super realistic, right?
Like the Avatar?
For
Yeah,
those of you
kinda
who
like
don't watch
exactly like
anime,
that.
it's like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
There we go.
I brought it back to you.
Isn't it funny how like we okay, so like if there's a conscious being that's creating it, or it's our like spirit that just fucking figured out a calculated way to just continuously live on through other beings or whatever, it's so fucking complex, right? But what do we use this time on? The porns.
It's a distraction that we built inside the game.
So that we can, break the plane of the speed of light.
But even like when I'm smacking Nikki's ass, there are complex math equations that are happening.
Yeah. My ass doesn't exist until he observes it.
Right.
Exactly.
Because I was thinking about this, like how interesting is the fucking human species, right? Like the other day I was thinking like, man, we have the most best and brightest geeks just designing the best fucking AI so they could fuck the shit out of it.
True.
You know, like that they're using their brain power to solve all these crazy complex things
For sex.
to fuck a robot.
It's like weird science though. Once we create like a Lisa, sorry honey, but it'll be over for women.
Fine as hell.
At the end of the day, it's all about procreation, and like biologically, it's you're designed to procreate. So like sex is the procreation method, and even if you're not procreating, your body's still like, I need to procreate.
Is
Because we have that animal still battling with
Yeah.
the freaking
Yeah.
robot.
Yeah.
Is that what the program was created for? To make sure that we would keep on procreating? Maybe there was a time where it's like the population was like petering out and they're like, all right, we got to set this up. Everybody needs to start fucking again.
Well, if you guys believe in the theory that I threw out, then yeah, because the more beings there are, the more data you can collect.
and they
the
want more and more.
Yeah, the more the more difference there are in human experiences.
There's also, do you believe in like parallel universes where there's like the exact same group of people but living different lives?
That'd be crazy.
because-
with
yes.
different outcomes.
Yeah, so like with the holographic projection theory, it's like when you break up a hologram, each piece of that hologram can project the entire picture. So that's how parallel universes, or like that's how the theory comes about, because you can basically take just a small fraction and it's the entire projection. So which one are we? Are we the original? Are we like a fucking clone?
I wanna believe that I'm a clone.
fucking know.
Matrix
I wanna
2.
believe that I'm a clone.
Why do you want to be a clone, Julia?
Because I just want to believe in the parallel universe, like so many different ways, and it's just imagine, there could be like a bajillion different ways where Julia can express herself.
Just imagine there is another universe that exists where we're all in the same video, but I'm wearing my pineapple shirt and not this shirt.
It's like a slight difference.
It's just
That's how Rick and Morty is.
Oh yeah.
It's a slight difference.
Rick and Morty, yeah, they like if one of the characters dies, they literally go to a different universe and replace that character.
There's also a theory, the parallel universe, that like whenever you make a decision, you keep making a new split.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, after that.
There's a Rick and Morty episode about that too.
Is it? Okay.
Well, there's also perhaps scientific basis in that. That alternate universes exist. There is
Because we make decisions at every moment.
well, no, not necessarily based on our decisions. I'm talking about how it's scientifically founded that there are alternate realities. They just don't know how to access them or what the fuck
If
it's
the
about.
universe is as expansive as it is, and it's infinite. I mean, like almost everything's possible. And people say like, oh, do you think that there's like extraterrestrials? Like there has to be. Like you know what I mean? There has to be.
So
What
in
if it's
one
a simulation though, what are the extraterrestrials? What are the grays in the simulation?
And then maybe they're not there at all. And those stars are just
Or maybe they're GMs and we're all in big MMO.
It could be the techs, the like IT that comes down and like, oh, something's broken. Like we have to fix.
and the ones that are caught that are just like, oh fuck.
Just trying to fix the shit.
It's all city lights. Those are all just fucking other cities, and we just can't fucking get to them or anything like that. Oh, the other thing too is like, if this is like a Matrix thing, or whatever, and we are in a simulation, I would not want to be part of the Freedom Fighters. I'd be like Cypher and
The future fighters?
You'd rather be the blind?
Yeah.
I would be I'd be like, ignorance is bliss. Give me that steak, you know. I'd be like,
That's true.
yo, these people fucking it up over here. Like,
Why
get
would
them,
you want to
know?
work so hard?
I wouldn't. I'd be just like Cypher.
I'd rather be a battery.
Yeah, let me be a battery, man. I'm fine.
Clone, it makes it more fun to live
Right?
life because you're like, there's really like we're just putting the consequences there. Like we're projecting all of the seriousness. Like it really doesn't have to be that way. We just have to get food into our mouths and that's it. Like that's really
I feel like that's where the whole idea of reincarnation came from too.
yeah.
They fucking knew. They knew we were in a simulation. They're like, we're coming back.
So, the thought about reincarnation, I don't know how much everybody knows about this, but like, if someone dies and there's like more humans that are living after the point where you were born, are you split into several people? Is that how it works?
That's
Or,
one
like-
of the ideas.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't
where
know how that
your
works.
soul is like replicated,
Right.
especially if you reach a certain level of enlightenment. Where like, I feel like there's different schools of
There's
thought.
8 billion people?
You ever watch those shows where the kids, where their kids like have these different lives in their heads, like where like they know full German and they like think they're fighter pilots and stuff, and then like after a certain age they forget all those memories.
Right.
And then there's also the idea of like different life forms can evolve into a human life form, and then from a human life form you can also reach a certain level. And
All right, because you
go
can always
into a spirit.
reincarnate as a
You
human. You
level
could
up.
be. You could
Yeah.
also be other. Yeah, that's
Could
right.
be- and then you could devolve too. Yeah.
We
You
played
fucked
that.
up. You're coming back as a rat or something.
We played that at summer camp. It's called Evolution. So you play rock, paper, scissors, and you guys all start off as eggs. And then if you beat somebody, then you become a chicken. And if you beat someone, you become.
Rock, paper.
So you're saying the egg came first? Is that what you're saying? The egg came before the chicken?
That would make the most sense.
Controversial. Hot take. Hot take.
In another reality, they know the answer to that question. In our reality, it's a stalemate.
The answer to life is 42.
42.
And then they're saying that each time we have those like almost extinction kind of
points,
things.
yeah.
So like we were once the dinosaurs, and our spirit like stays on the earth, but then it takes over different life forms.
Okay.
By the way, why hasn't there been a mass extinction event?
I mean, I'm getting pretty close.
One's about to come up.
Well, no, but that's what they always say, right? But I'm just saying that I think that our reality is predicated on maximum conflict, and so like because that's what engages us. Because perhaps we have such a super intelligent society, like in the future, wherever it actually exists, that it's very boring.
Yeah.
They don't want to reproduce. They already have methods for all that shit.
And then they blow it up, and then we start over again.
Yeah, happiness comes from solving problems.
Is it though?
Having problems and solving them.
I don't want to deal with
That's a
it.
lot of relief.
Agent Smith's conversation to Morpheus. That was what it's all
And
about.
it just repeats.
The Wakashis tried to tell us, guys.
the Wakashis did.
Yeah, the Wakashis.
The Wakashis tried to tell us.
Yes.
And you didn't listen. Stay
Lisa
woke.
and Larry Wachowski.
So like you've been here before.